Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Gee, it's great to start your day with coffee with Karma today. Do you have a book series in mind? Would you like to learn how to make that book series attract clients to your business? Then this is the episode for you because I'm going to be sharing 5 ways you can create a client attracting series for your business. Now, that's because this week is all about book series. This afternoon on the Author Switch, I'm interviewing Jonathan Milligan about how to write a book series that grows your business. And we talk about the book series that he is currently publishing. He's got the first 4 or 5 books out. I think it's either 5 books out of four, no, 4 books out of five, or 5 books out of six. I can't remember exactly which, but that's going to be happening this afternoon. The audio is already available on my website, but the video will be dropping at 3 p.m. Central. So if you're interested in that, drop JM in the comments and I will send you the link to that right away. But now I'm going to be sharing with you 5 essential steps for creating a client attracting book series for your business. So, step number 1, start with a series vision that's aligned with your business. Basically, before you write word 1, you need to craft what the whole or overarching plan is, a high level vision for your book series so that it aligns with your overall business strategy in general, but also so that each book solves a different problem. So for example, the series that I wrote this year, which is the Author's Journey series. When I was planning it, I had planned 5 books, but by the time I wrote it, 4 books were all that were needed, but each book solves a problem. Now, I probably didn't do that as perfectly as I could have. The first book, I nailed it. It solves what should I write about. Book number 2, I nailed it. It solves how do I turn that idea into an outline that helps me write my book. Book number 3, I kind of solved 3 they're interlocking problems. It's writing, editing, publishing. That's what the 3rd book is about. Maybe I should have split that into 2 books. Hindsight's always 20/20, but you do your best. And then the 4th book solves the problem of marketing and growing your business with that book. So each book solved a problem that I saw in the market, that I saw in my own clients and my own personal author's journey experience, and I wrote the series. So it all came from an overarching vision of this is how I help my clients, and this is how I think is the best way to block it off into books. So you would do something similar for you. Step number 2, develop a signature framework or methodology. You want to have something that's it doesn't never the idea doesn't need to be unique to you, but how you approach the idea needs to be unique to you. So for example, in my first book, all you need it all starts with an idea. I have a very specific framework that helps you create a client attracting book. It's my framework. I created it. Nobody else can use it because it's mine. And in my 4th book, Serve Up Your Book, which is all about book marketing, I talk about how you need to think of your book in 5 phases. Before you write, while you're writing, um, before you launch, while you're launching, and until the book becomes irrelevant. The 5 phases of the book marketing journey. No one's ever really talked about that before that I could find. That's my own unique idea. So if you can come up with your unique frameworks, your signature styles for approaching the problems in your books, then you're golden. Step number 3, you want to highlight different aspects of your expertise. So for example, each of my books highlights a different piece of the author's journey that I help my clients with. Some people will only come to me for one. Some will stay for the whole journey. Some don't even discover me until they're already in the journey and they come to me for the end. But each book highlights different things that I can do for you and your book, your journey, your author's journey. Same thing. And if you listen to the episode this afternoon with Jonathan Milligan, he did the same thing with his series. Each book solves a problem, each of them is related to something else he does in his business. It all works. And that's how it attracts clients into your business. Step number three is high. Is, no, wait, this I'm already on three. Step number four, outline the full series before writing. Now, like I said, I had an outline of what each book was gonna be about, and I had an idea of what I wanted in. That's all you need at the outset. Then as you write, that outline evolves. You'll outline each book, and then as you outline the book, things will may shift for the other books, and that happens, that's okay. But if you have an overarching plan, you always know what the end goal is. How you get to that end goal may change along the way, but your end goal is still the same. So by outlining the full series, you can get a better picture, and you can also often think, "Oh, well, my initial idea was to have 4 books, but, this would be better served by 5." Then as you're writing, it turns out maybe it's better served by 6 or 3. That's okay. But by outlining, you give yourself some guidance so that you're less likely to write an irrelevant book. And step number 5 is leverage each book as a lead gen funnel. Each book should lead to a specific lead gen. So, for example, Jonathan Milligan has courses that are related to each of his books. So, he created a mini course for each book. And when you get that book, you can now enroll in that mini course. That's something I really should have been more mindful about when I did my series. When I was doing my series, I was thinking less about that and more about getting out a book out a month, which that plan didn't work, as I talk about in this afternoon's podcast, and I've talked about it in other podcasts as well. That said, every book does mention a lead magnet. It may not it was not necessarily a lead magnet specifically created for that book. A couple of them do. I did create a couple of lead magnets that were specific to the book because as I was writing the book, I realized, gee, it'd be really nice if I had this to give them. And of course, as it comes, I've cr- I can oh because these are Kindle ebooks, I can easily rewrite and repost, and everyone who purchased the book before will get the new copy. So that's probably what I'm gonna be doing before I put out the physical book. So I wanna get the lead magnets nailed down for each book before I do the physical books. So perfection is not needed. As you can see, as first of all, when you listen to it how Jonathan did it, you can tell that he came up with his plan, he implemented his plan, it wasn't perfect, he fine-tuned along the way. As I've been sharing in this episode, I came up with a plan, I implemented the plan, and I fine-tuned along the way. It is better to start imperfectly than never to start at all waiting for perfection. So, I hope you found these tips helpful. Not tomorrow, Wednesday, I will be talking about 5 reasons why a book series establishes authority and thought leadership. I will see you then. I hope you found this episode helpful. My name is Carma Spence, and I help executive coaches, business leaders, and consultants write, publish, and market their books so that they can grow their businesses. And I am saying ciao for now.